to have resilience and courage. We shall be launching this book, but I don't want to make this a talk show. Before I invite these women to share with you a glimpse of their stories, and they'll do this 3 minutes, each one of them, then we shall call upon the ambassador and the deputy ambassador of Ireland to Ethiopia and the deputy ambassador of Norway to Ethiopia to then join us after these women have spoken. So I'll be showing you a very short video just to give you the flavor of what is in this book. And I hope you'll appreciate it as we see it, and then we shall have the ladies to speak. Over to you, Sandra. And you can see that it's not just individual women whose stories have been captured. We also have organizations, networks, that have really worked so hard, West Africa, Eastern Africa, Southern Africa, to bring about. We realized that women's stories, women's voices, women's activities are not sung, women's songs are not sung. So this is why this book is very important. So far we have documented over 60 stories, and we look forward to documenting more. We know that there are very important stories out there. These are not the only ones, not only the 60, but we could do better in a big continent like ours. So I would like to call upon each of these ladies who are representing the others to take 3 minutes each on their seats, just to tell us a glimpse of what their story is about. It's about courage. They will spare some of the very painful stories, parts of the stories, so that you can get it from the book. I would like to call upon Grace, Honorable Grace, if you don't mind. Could you start? Oh, I start with, okay. Quinta, can you start? Just sit and talk from there. You can get the 3 minutes, please. Okay. We'll be last.
Hello, can you hear me? Okay. It's always very hard to be the first one, so I'll try to honorables present in this room, all protocols observed, to not forget anyone. It's a profound honor to represent Women Observatory from Mozambique and all the women in Mozambique who are not here in this celebration of 20 years of Resolution 1325 and the launch of this book. I come from a country whose National Action Plan for Women, Peace and Security expired in 2022, although we have terrorism in Cabo Delgado and we have the current protest, post-electoral protest going on. And our plan still waits to be adopted. Yet, even without an updated framework, Mozambique women has never stopped standing for peace. At Women Observatory, a coalition of more than 55 organizations from all the country, we transform pain into purpose and testimony into action. From our book, Women in Defense of the Territory, celebrating women who build, keep, and make peace, to our investigative documentary exposing sexual exploitation of displaced women in Cabo Delgado, women forced to exchange dignity for survival in the context of terrorism. From our Women Mourning campaign, through which we said we are not celebrating Women's Day before they tell us what's going on in Cabo Delgado, to our campaign on exposing, denouncing, and reclaiming a space as women in the discussion for women, peace, and security. From our Women Barometer, collecting data on women participation, to putting women in the forefront of legal, social, and financial support via crowdfunding to support thousands of survivors and more than 347 families of victims of last year post-electoral violence. Our work is a proof that peace is not a declaration, it's a daily struggle. Our commitment is not optional, it's a duty, it's a mandate and a promise to those who came before us and those who will come after us. Standing for peace is not a choice, it's a survival. It's the courage to believe that women's voice can rewrite the story of the nations. I stand for peace because peace is foundation of everything women and humanitarian deserve, and that's why during this current peace process in Mozambique, the national dialogue, we stand for a peace that is reconciliation, that inclusion, and that builds us as a country together. So I just want to invite all of us to stand for peace in Mozambique, in Congo, in Somalia, in Sudan, and for every woman whose land still trembles under conflict. Thank you.
Keep your hearts pumping, because there is more to come. Thank you very much, Quinta. I would like to call upon Liberata. Liberata, you don't speak French, but I'm sure you're getting the, yes.
Bonjour à tout le monde. Leurs Excellences ici présentes, distingués invités. Je suis Liberata Rubumba Buratoa. Je viens de la République démocratique du Congo, plus précisément à l'est, dans la province du Nord.
The province of North Kivu, territory of Uchuru, a territory that witnesses a lot of struggle, a territory where rebellious situation started. I will tell you how, with other women from different communities, we worked together. we went to see a rebels group. We met those chief of rebels. I was the president of Women Network for Development. And seeing that the war was really huge, I invited women in different situations so we can speak about what to do, because the war was already in front of our door. There were sexual violence, there was a lot of issues that we faced, and the woman was in the center of most of the struggles that we faced. When we went to those rebels groups, we took courage. We took our sons. We told them we came to take you and bring you back home. You came to take me. How are you going to protect us? We affirmed them that we will protect them. The war has been established for long. We need peace. Will you be able to have conversations with the government? Because it's enough. We are tired. They told us, we agree. You can talk with your government. Our own brothers, our fathers, we bought a ticket for that meeting from Goma to Kinshasa. We went to Kinshasa, where we tried to meet different authorities, but in that period, our government voted for war. They were saying for us, we need to fight, nothing else. There's nothing else we can do. And we told those authorities, we are from Goma and you are far away from Goma. We are the ones suffering. We are your mothers. We are your women, your sisters. We need your assistance. We need you to have dialogues with those rebels. They said they want war. You know, when the woman speaks, even if a man don't understand, but they can also listen to us. Sometimes they don't listen to us, but we know they understand us. We tried to speak to the government. We went to different embassies. We went to different accredited institutions in DRC to speak about the situation in Goma, and we asked them about negotiations because we need peace. We translated and transitioned the message. After a few days, they called me. I went to Kinshasa. Since I was the one representing our team, I thought I would be arrested. But when I got in Kinshasa, it was to prepare the conference on peace and security and development, which took place in 2008. We had that conference in Kinshasa, and that conference took place in Goma. There were women who participated in that conference, even if we were not part of the organizing team, because it was organized by the government. We were there as observers. We were in the room. There was engagement between rebels and the government. The war was calmed. After a few days, those rebels went back in the forest. We looked for other ways to advocate. The same arms that destroy us are coming from Rwanda. Can we not go to the president? Maybe he can listen to us. We went to Rwanda, and from there, we met a lady, Immaculée Ingabire, peace. She's no more in right now, but I respect that lady. She was from civil society. We spoke to her about our issues, and she promised to to organize a meeting with all the authorities of Rwanda. We met the president of Rwanda through her itinerary. We went to different accredited embassies in Rwanda, and we spoke about the mobilizations of our missions. We spoke to the ambassadors about our situations, and we told him we need a friend who's close to us than a friend who's far away. Why is it that those arms that are destroying us have to go through Rwanda? And we told him, when your neighbor's house is burning, if we don't help to extinguish the fire, your house will also be impacted by that fire. They understood us, and the president, through the ambassador, sent us a good message, and we went back to Goma.
Thank you. I don't want you to tell us the full story. We want everyone to read this book so that they will appreciate your story. I know it's more than what you have said, but thank you very much. It's more. Thank you very much, Liberata. It's a long story. When you read the book, it's quite interesting. It has a lot of areas where there's a lot of learning. And now I would like to call upon the Director of Network of Ethiopian Women, Saba. Saba, please keep to 3 minutes. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you so much for this opportunity and representing the women who have been striving to bring peace in Ethiopia. I really appreciate for sharing this experience. I will be talking about the Ethiopian Women Peacebuilders and the Coffee for Peace program that we have undertaken in the country. My organization, the Network of Ethiopian Women Association, which you see the symbol there, is the one which established the Women Peacebuilders. This is a platform that was established during conflict in Ethiopia. A lot of conflicts were happening in different parts of the country, and as we have seen, there were no women directly participating in any initiatives, efforts that are being in terms of peace. So we went to ask for women who want to work on peace, and almost 500 women from different parts of the country from the community applied. So we took 150, including women organizations leaders, and we trained them, brought them experience sharing from different parts of Africa. Women's stories were shared to them, and they went back to their communities to work on these issues. And we supported them by doing a Coffee for Peace. And as you know, coffee has a special place in Ethiopia. It's not a cup of brewed coffee only. It is a process where women sit around, communities sit around, discuss issues, and then, because there is a lot of process in making it. So in this way, we gathered women from grassroots in different parts of the country where conflicts are actually happening, in their area, in their places, and they were sitting down every day, meeting for 2 and 3 hours, talking about these issues and causes of their conflicts and the impacts, and then also the solutions that they want to see, and their role as well. So this process really helped them to unleash their agency and see how their power can really change things. And based on this, we also undertake this regional neighboring, because usually the conflicts happen among regions, among different ethnic groups. So sitting around together again among different groups also helped to address the conflict issues among women. And more, we brought them to the authorities in the different regions to take their agendas about the causes and the effects and what their solution is for this conflict. And even beyond that, we went to federal level, to the ministries and to the parliament, where they directly spoke about the conflicts in the area. So this process has really helped to unleash this women's power in terms of, participating in peace building as well as in addressing their conflicts, which usually are taken as victims, but not as parts of the actors of the solution. And women really appreciated and really felt somehow having a role in their community. Just to give you one example, in Oromia, where, sorry. So in Oromia region, a woman who came to this Coffee for Peace platform said, in my whole life, nobody has ever asked me for my opinion about anything, in public or whatever, let alone about peace, such big agenda. I am reborn today, that you came to hear my opinion. Whatever you do with it, it doesn't matter for me. So each woman had a story to say, does this matter? Do we matter? Do we have a say in this? And do people listen to us if we say this is the result of what's happening, the causes of conflict, and this is the solution, and let us be part of this. And this also brought different conflicting parties together. In some parts, like in Benishangul, conflicting parties were able to come to sit together and talk because of the Coffee for Peace processes, and many more. But I want to say that the localization of the resolution, Ethiopia is just going to have the NAP this year. We don't have yet the National Action Plan for the resolution, but the actualization of the localization of the resolution decisions in protecting and ensuring women's participation in conflict resolution can be done through the communities. And as we hear, there is a lot of solutions that's coming from these women, but they need to inform our decisions like as we sit in this room. Thank you for giving me this chance. It's been an opportunity.
I will not say anything about those stories. I leave the judgment to you. Now, give me the opportunity to invite Faida. Faida is from the DRC. Faida, just make it snappy because we have already had something from the DRC. Make it snappy, 3 minutes.
Merci beaucoup. Il est 15h42. À 47, j'arrête de parler. Disons, merci beaucoup. Je vais revenir sur 3 petites choses. Le reste, vous allez les découvrir.
The remaining ones, you'll find it in the book. First of all, the research to find peace comes with a lot of risks. We started this work with various young people who came from universities in Goma in the years 1995, and in 98 it was the worst of moments, because you are in a region where there is about 8 armies who are fighting, some invited, some uninvited, and other armed groups. And it is within this context that we are looking for peace. We speak to people, we speak to traditional leaders, we speak to other various people, and we find ourselves with our friends from Rwanda who were refugees. We created a humanitarian corridor to be able to bring them back, and that was very risky. And in that risk, in the roads to Rutshuru, we were seriously attacked with gunshots. I'm still surprised how we were able to escape. And I remember it was on the 17th of March 1999. We were attacked. My driver was murdered, and I escaped. I managed to escape out of the car. I was able to speak to the people who were attacking us. I just asked them a question. Why are you killing the innocent? They said, we are taking you with. I told them, you are not taking me with. Kill me and leave my body. And one person who took me from there was a soldier. So since then, I've learned to work with soldiers up until now. Secondly, this is to say that we have to learn to work together despite our political tendencies. At that time, I was appointed as Ministry of Gender. coming from rebellion. I came in Kinshasa, but I opened the way for everyone. You can insult me in the morning, but in the evening we meet in the meeting and we talk, because the cause for peace requires a big heart. And another question is the question of synergy with the youth. I would like to acknowledge the support we get from our partners. We had the representative of United Nations. Without the support of those donors, it is difficult to be able to find emancipation in our countries. We do it, and we are able to survive. Her Excellence, Madam Katrina, said there's other things to do after serving in power. In 2017, I withdrew from power, but I am always on the ground with many things to do. There is a lot of work to be done. There's no remunerated work, but benevolent work for the cause of peace there is for everybody. So in short, this is what I can say, and I give you 1 minute to be able to give others also the floor to ask and comment. Thank you.
Tantalizing. Thank you very, very much, my dear sister. Before we conclude, I just want to invite Honorable Grace Kabayo from Uganda, who is also the Secretary General of PAO, that is the Pan-African Women's Organization. Over to you, Madam. Yeah, please. As long as you not take more.
I'll take 2 minutes, hopefully. Thank you so much. Is it on? Hello? It's on. Thank you so much, Madam Elizabeth. Your Excellencies, our former heads of states and senior comrades, our Excellence, the former Vice President, Sister Phumzile. I should have started with our Excellence in absentia, Her Excellency Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah, our host, represented by the well-abled minister, all ministers present and former ministers, political leaders, civil society, the gentlemen in this hall, you are very special in your way, and all delegates plus our sisters in uniform. You make us proud. For the rest, just in case I forgot someone, allow me to stand on the already existing protocol. She stands for peace. I'll start by thanking the people who came up with this idea. There's nothing more healing than being listened to. When they talk about mental health, it's because you tuck in everything, and sometimes you blow the top without anybody knowing. So this is a healing mechanism in itself. But also to share our experiences. The partners and the institutions, AU and the UN, who have been at this long, I want to thank you. I stand here not for myself, because I'm in this book, but I'm very sure I do not only represent the 25 who are already in this book, but I represent all the women who lost their lives due to insecurity and war. I stand here for all the women who are refugees and are selling themselves for food. I'm here for the women who are refugees and they are being trafficked in hope of a better life. I'm standing here for all those women who were there before us, the Pan-African Women Organization that I am here for as Secretary General. They are very big shoes for me to represent, but I'm honored and humbled to be here for all of them. In Uganda, when you talk about peace, you cannot talk about peace for Uganda only. Simply because after our experience of 20 years of turmoil, I never knew what youthhood means because I was a young girl going to school. And Idi Amin came in, and then we had Obote II, and then we had, I think, about 9 presidents in a very short period. So you do not seek peace because it is an alternative. You seek peace because it's an obligation, it's a requirement, it is a discipline that you need, it is a commitment that you must handle because you do not only need peace for yourself. When others have peace, you have peace. Unfortunately, the Pan-African Women Organization, which was started way back in the 40s, in activism, I'm sure most of you know about it. We had great women like Jamata Sise from Guinea, Kama from Mali, Pumla Kisosonkole from Uganda. I can go on and on. But how were those women doing it? Without technology like today, without aircrafts to take them to wherever they needed to be. But they managed to put themselves together and actually fight for independence, decolonize our continent, and then manage to switch to the socio-economic development. So when somebody talks about transition among the women activism, it has been happening all these years and decades. We just need to adjust accordingly. I know I have 3 minutes, but it is difficult. In Uganda, when you talk about peace, you can't talk about Uganda alone. You have 2.5 million refugees in Uganda from the South Sudan, Darfur, Khartoum, Burundi, DRC, Congo. We are a hub of refugees. 79% women and children. My own life, if I told my story, it would be difficult. You would need forever. Because as a 6-year-old girl, the story will be shown in the book. I saw the whole world collapse. Running from a very well-established home into the most remote, learning to fetch water, firewood, everything, but still, war was continuing and following you wherever you were. 1979, you drop out of school and go to exile. You come back. The breather that you have is from around 86 to now. But in the meantime, the whole neighborhood has gone crazy. What do we do? This book is not for me alone. I want to thank you so much, but this book is for all of us. This book is for the Sahel women who have been rejected simply because the African Union does not believe in change of government. This book is for the Sudan, the Darfur that started so many years ago, and up to now, it's still continuing. Standing for peace, it needs another movement, a revolutionary movement of the women to get up and maybe change mode of operation and see how best, together with our men of goodwill who understand us, to figure out how we can expedite the peace process on our continent. I want to thank my senior comrade Phumzile. When we talk about peace and we don't address the source of the ammunition and the economic factor therein, I don't know whether we are looking for a lasting solution. For sure, either we manufacture the arms ourselves in Africa and control them, or we find a way of controlling what ignites the conflicts and the wars. I would go on and on. I want to thank you so much. I want to thank everybody who believes in the women cause, not only to seek peace, but to seek economic stability, because some of these issues are brought about the economic instability. When a woman seeks food for her children, she is forced to do anything. But let's continue. In Pan-Africanism, we say the struggle continues. And I think the book should have something to go with it. Maybe we should think of documentaries. Maybe we should think of visiting these areas where actually our people are very desperate for peace. And my last call, Your Excellencies who are here, I don't know whether you agree with me, but there must be a mechanism of protecting women. We are so lucky to have our sister, senior comrade, Her Excellency Catherine. But believe you me, there are so many women who have been victimized because they have been identified by certain governments. And once those governments fall, they are discriminated, they are hunted down, they are everything you can think of. Some of these refugees, if you screen them, they are well-abled people, but displaced and traumatized and hunted. My humble call is that maybe with the She Stands for Peace project, we could add how to protect women who have been in decision-making positions or well-to-do, who can help out others at all levels. I thank you so much. A luta continua. May God bless you all.
Thank you very much, my dear sisters. I would like to take this time and honor to invite Her Excellency, Ambassador Mulamula. Can we all stand up because I'm getting worried. I'm seeing some faces are looking a little bit. Let's welcome the Ambassador. Our Special Envoy, Women, Peace and Security.
Oh, thank you, Dada Grace. You took us back to that Pan-African song. Twendembele means let's go forward. Twendembele, twendembele, let's move forward. We are here because of what has been well said by all these women, but well put by Dada Grace. We are here because of the stories of these remarkable women. She stands for peace. Let me start briefly, very briefly, with an African proverb that says, until the lion tells the story, the hunter will always be the hero. So I'm saying this because we need to tell our stories. It is our responsibility to share stories about the road to peace, about the resilience, about the courage, about the commitment of women peace builders. We have heard the stories. I'm sure you have read about these stories of courage and resilience. This demands that women's voices are heard, women's voices are valued, and integrated at every level of decision making. This month, as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of Resolution 1325, we should also use it to celebrate the achievement of trailblazers in the past and the present. As we continue this journey, let us honor and congratulate the remarkable women leaders in this e-book, and of course beyond, whose courage and leadership and the future of Africa lies in our hands as women leaders. So in the spirit of celebrating these remarkable women, I encourage you all to read, to reflect, and take action. We should defy the myth that says for an African, if you want to keep your money safe, put it in the book because it will never be read. So I hope this book will be read because it's the story of resilience. These are stories of leadership and unwavering commitment to a peaceful world, to a conflict-free Africa, to a prosperous Africa. So with those few words, before you call me to order, Madam Director of Ceremonies, am I allowed now to launch? And then I will launch the book. I'm told now the order. I leave it to Elizabeth and the Director of Ceremonies before I break the protocols. Thank you very much.
Your Excellency, you are not breaking any protocol. You are doing the right thing. I just want to invite our former presidents, our minister, to come forward. Honorable Ife, if you could come forward so that we launch the book. Your Excellency Zewde, please come forward. Mama Catherine. And yeah, if you could come forward so that we launch the book together. We'll stand up, all of us. Yes. Okay. Sorry. The book is an e-book where you're sitting. Sorry. Where you're sitting, there is a paper like this with a Q code. Coming through.
So where do we go?
In front here. Your Excellency, the Minister, please join us.
Okay.
I left my book.
And I would like to request Dedre and Sin. I'm calling them by their names because these are the friends of Africa. Please come forward. Deputy Ambassador of Norway to Ethiopia and Deputy Ambassador of Ireland to Ethiopia. Please join us. So we shall all put our books up. And I don't know what Her Excellency will tell us to do. We can put our books up. All the way up. Good exercise. She stands for peace. We stand for peace.
We stand for peace.
Women stand for peace.
Women stand for peace.
And men stand for peace.
And men stand for peace.
Thank you. Sandra, please, could you play us that interlude again?
Okay.
As we sit down and the next...
One task.
Yes.
If you allow me, Minister Congo.
Oh, okay.
We just to be, oh, you'll be here. Okay. Thank you. Please bear with me just 1 second. I have, as we have launched this book officially, I would like to hand over to our, of course, again, our gracious host, Minister Selma, the books to the President, to Our Excellency, okay. President Netumbo Ndaitwa. Please, if you could convey this, she stands for peace, to Our Excellency.
Thank you very much. We shall duly deliver.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Let's play that interlude again as the next session starts, and we give it a bit of a dance. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you very much, Elizabeth, my dear sister. Thank you also to all our panelists. I was doing a scan in the first row and I was looking towards the seat of our Secretary General of POW, and I couldn't see her in her seat, forgetting that she was on the stage. So I just wanted to take a moment to acknowledge our Secretary General of POW. May I also use this opportunity to we have so many distinguished trailblazers amongst us, and we've heard this word buzzing the whole morning. And if I can if you'll indulge me, to just recognize amongst us a trailblazer, a daughter of the Namibian soil, who has done many first things. And among the first things is her contribution to the continent. She was firstly here, our ombudswoman, went on to become an AU Commissioner for Social Affairs, and also a United Nations Under Secretary General for, and Special Advisor for Africa to the Secretary General of the United Nations. So if I can just acknowledge Advocate Beans Governors, who is in our midst this afternoon. We're gradually moving on to the last part of our program for this afternoon, and I'd like to start by calling on Raquel Andreas, who will